The Nigeria Labour Congress has called on the Nigeria Petroleum Company Limited to reverse its new pump price of PMS. The union's president, Joe Ajero, said the increase is a betrayal of government to the union. To take a look at the position of NLC, especially as it relates to the nation's commercial nerve center, Lagos State, we have in the studio the state chairperson of the union, Comrade Agnes Sessi, to tell us more as regards this. Good evening and welcome to the Network News.
Good evening, Anu, and thank you for having me here.
So tell us, what is your take on the sudden increase of the petrol price?
Well, we woke up yesterday to another sad reality from the government having increased the price of the pump price again this time around. And you know, it was a sad reality because during the negotiation of the new minimum wage with the government, the federal government, specifically the president, had a raising agreement with the labor before labor assented or agreed to the 70,000 naira, dropping the 250K, because he told them that if you don't want me to increase the pump price, it is better for you to accept 70. But if you don't accept 70, if you want to go to 250, then I will increase the pump price. And on that note, the NLC will know the negativity of increment in the pump price. And that was why those who went to negotiate for us, the leadership of the two labor centers, agreed to the 70,000 naira, being that the federal government, through the president, has promised not to increase the price of the petrol, so that it will not have any effect, trickling effect, on all the sector and all the goods and services. But here we are now. Here we go again. From 168 naira, when this government took over the reign of government last in 2023, and here more than 300% increase in the pump price. And you could see the effect of the increment in the petroleum products in Nigeria. It has affected the prices and the cost of goods, most especially the food, and that is why Nigerians, they are now crying that they are hungry. They are hungry. And you can also see the effect of the increase in the pump price on transportation, on rent, on health, on education, on, tell me what the increment in the pump price has not affected in this country. Even the services that are being rendered by different companies, both small scale, medium scale, and multinational, to the effect that some of the multinational companies that we even look up to, that has even given employment to Nigerians, they've already packed their load and leave the shores of this country because of losses that they have already, incurred.
Okay. So now let's talk a little bit. I'd love to get your view as regards to a recent statement being made by the NLC president, Joe Ajero, where he said he feels betrayed that the federal government would have actually allow an increase in, the price of petrol as against the new minimum wage, which is yet to, be implemented in some quarters. What's your take on it?
On Ajero's promise that we stand, and I stand on Ajero's words. Being that is the leader of the NLC, and the other leader, Osifo, they, took the leadership role, and they led us in the negotiation where the president promised them that it will not increase. And even now, we have not started enjoying the new minimum wage. We are still waiting for the consequential adjustment table from the federal government to be released, so that we know how many thousands we, affect each of the allowances that we are going to earn. We are still waiting for the consequential adjustment, and look at what has happened. Only about 2 or 3 states have started the payment of the 70,000 naira, in which we are not even sure whether they are paying the right thing. It is when we now have the consequential adjustment table that we will be able to say that, okay, you are doing the right thing, or they should correct it. Okay, so for the government that has not affected the lives of the people in a positive way, and this is a negativity, and this is not what we voted for. When we voted this government in, the promise from this government is that Elofo Kombale. Elofo Kombale means that, we should calm down, we should relax, that the government is going to bring about the dividends of democracy in a positive way. But what we are having now, we are not enjoying any positivity in this democracy now.
Interestingly,
what we are seeing now, it beclouds the sense of reasoning, and we want to use this opportunity that this government, they should retrace their steps back. If there is anybody that is telling them that all will be well, all might not be well at the end of the day, because Nigerians are hungry, and an hungry person is an angry person.
Now, speaking about Nigerians being hungry and the government, what do you think could be some of the measures that the government can actually take to mitigate the impact of the fuel hike Nigerians are experiencing now in the country, on the citizens?
I want to thank a particular person.
Right.
Either in a straight way or in a crooked way. I don't want to go into the politics of that. That is Dangote, that has even deemed it fit to even build a refinery. What the government could not even do to achieve the 4 refineries owned by the state that they have already, made not to function, even after appropriating budgetary allocations every year to doing the maintenance turnaround of the state-owned refineries. And yet, the Warri refinery is not working, the Kaduna refinery, the Rivers, Port Harcourt own is not working. All our refineries are not working, and yet, the NNPC government continues to pay salaries.
Yes, indeed. It's really a lot, and I feel 5 minutes will not really be enough to
and now that,
talk about all of this. But we need to wrap up. We need to wrap up pretty soon. But I'd just love to have your final, just one word, solution to all of this, especially from the side of the federal government. So
well, from the side of the government is that government should be truthful. This government, they are not truthful.
Okay.
And probably they are bereft of the idea on how to run the governance. It should be a government of inclusion. Every voice matters.
Right,
and all the stakeholders, should be included in how they govern the people. They should put the people's welfare into consideration. The pain, unbearable pain, that government is unleashing terror on the lives of Nigeria on a daily basis is uncalled for.
Okay.
And Nigerians will react. Labor cannot fold our arms.
Thank you so
much. Whether you want to make your correctional center to be very large, to contain a lot of Nigerians.
Okay, thank you so much. We really have to go. I have been speaking to Comrade Organised. She is the Lagos State Chairperson of the union, NLC, right here. Thanks for gracing the studio tonight.